Hello, everybody. As we're going to let people trickle in, give everybody a wee bit of time to pop on into our preview. I hope it's not very snowy like it is here in Boston. It's not the nicest outside, so but we'll give everybody a chance to pop on in.
It's a good day to cozy up and cozy in, right? To talk about some books.
Honestly, there's no better weather to talk about books in than a snowy, icy day.
I like it. I like the way you think.
Uh-huh. I want a blanket, some hot chocolate, and if you can just put a fireplace in, I'm set.
You're ready? You're here?
Mhm. I'm
We
ready.
can provide some of these things.
Yeah. Can you install a fireplace in my apartment? I know. Talking about spring books is gonna hopefully alleviate this weather, this downtrodden weather. So
I
hopefully
know,
that was
although
the spirit.
but for those of us in the Northeast, we were just discussing that this is one of 4 storms predicted in the next 10 days. So I think get those blankets and that hot cocoa ready for the long run.
Oh yeah.
Or tea. I like tea. All right. Well, I think it's good time to start now. Hello to our book community and our favorite readers. Thanks so much for spending some time with the Charles Bridge sales and marketing team this afternoon and joining our conversation. I'm Jaleesa Burwell, and I'm joined by my colleagues Meg Quinn and Lindsay Atkins, as well as Donna Spurlock and Rachel Duty in the chat as we look at our spring 2025 list. As we chat live today, we'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to drop your thoughts, comments, and questions into the comments section and join the conversation. By engaging in the chat, you are also entering in our giveaway for free books. Each section will pose a question at the beginning for you to mull as you listen along. One random winner will be selected at the end of each section. All you have to do is answer the section question in the chat for a chance. If you could be so kind as to make sure that your display name lists both your first and last name or your first name or your organization so we can match winners with our registration list, we'd appreciate it, as we'll follow up with you after the webinar today to claim your prize. And now let's get into it with our first section. We All Have Feelings. We All Have Feelings includes our spring titles that offer young readers heartwarming stories that explores important social emotional themes like empathy, kindness, and emotional regulation. With colorful illustrations and engaging narratives, these books help children understand their feelings, embrace their uniqueness, and develop emotional resilience in a fun, relatable way. With that said, we come to our first giveaway question. What is your favorite go-to book that helps readers deal with emotions? I'll say that again. What is your favorite go-to book that helps readers deal with emotions? Remember to answer in the chat, and I look forward to reading your answers. First up, we have Andrea J. Loney, who returns to the Chicken Soup for the Soul's Baby series with Big Emotions, Bubble Up, illustrated by Irene Chan. Big Emotions Bubble Up introduces our little listeners on ways to handle their big emotions. Through cute and bright illustrations of otter, pufferfish, and dolphin playing tag, the little ones will learn how to recognize different emotions. While they're playing, they have a little bumping accident, and suddenly pufferfish feels shaky, and dolphin just wants to hide, and otter feels like they might explode. With the help of octopus, they learn to take a moment, breathe deeply, and allow their feelings to float away. Andrea J. Loney provides a simple and soothing approach to emotional regulation while Irene Chan matches it with vibrant underwater imagery to captivate babies and toddlers as the sea creatures practice identifying and managing their feelings. Children are encouraged to do the same in their own lives. This book is part of the Chicken Soup for the Soul's Baby series, known for its heartwarming tales and valuable life lessons. Perfect for parents, caregivers, and educators, it offers a fantastic resource to help little ones build emotional resilience while fostering kindness and empathy. Our next title is We Unicorn, an adorable, colorful picture book written and illustrated by Meg McLaren. inviting young readers into the world of a little unicorn who doesn't quite fit the mold. Our cute little unicorn is loud and doesn't have magical powers, making it easy for her to feel misunderstood. But everything changes when she meets a scary-looking monster, another creature who's been judged for how they appear too. After reacting unkindly, she goes on her journey to find the creature to make things right. This adorable book is more than just another unicorn book. It's the perfect tool for teaching social-emotional themes like empathy, self-acceptance, and kindness. McLaren encourages readers to explore the idea that we should judge others based on how they look. We shouldn't judge others based on how they look, and that it's okay to embrace what makes us unique. McLaren illustrations are full of bright, playful colors and charming details, making it a visual treat that kids will love. The use of speech bubbles and sound words make this the perfect engaging read aloud that will captivate both children and adults with its fun narrative and meaningful message. Whether you're a unicorn fan or simply looking for a picture book with a positive social emotional message, We Unicorn is a must read. It beautifully teaches children to embrace their differences, practice kindness, and always be true to themselves. Next, written by Suzanne McFarlane and illustrated by Tamsin Ainsley, Grumble Boats is a gentle and heartwarming picture book that helps young children navigate their big emotions. When Emma is grumpy because she wasn't invited to the pirate party her brother's going to, she's left with a bunch of upset feelings. Luckily, her grandmother has just the trick to help her handle her big emotions with Grumble Boats. Grandma patiently shows Emma how to draw her grumbles, fold them into a boat, and let them float away on the water. McFarlane shares this sweet story that addresses social-emotional themes like emotional regulation, self-care, and how to process negative emotions in a healthy, constructive way. Paired with Ainsley's sweet illustrations, readers learn that it's okay to feel upset and teaches them a method to deal with them and move on. Grumble Boats is a joyful narrative, accessible and appealing for preschoolers and kindergartners. It's also a beautifully multi-generational story, highlighting the loving relationship between Emma and her grandmother, perfect for parents to share with their little ones. Back matter also includes a fun reader activity for kids to create their own Grumble Boats and let go of their own feelings of frustration and sadness. Grumble Boats is such a cute story, perfect to help children feel lighter and more equipped to handle life's little ups and downs. My Dad is the Best is a hilarious picture book written by Fran Pintadera and illustrated by Joan Turu. Written with both humor and adorableness, it tackles competition, love, and family in an unexpectedly heartwarming way. It starts with the first boy's dad being able to pick up a truck, to the second boy's dad able to pick up a truck filled with elephants. But it doesn't end there, as the first boy wants to up the stakes as his dad is able to pick up a truck filled with elephants that are pregnant. The scenarios only grow from there, limited only by the boys' vast imagination and their determination to one-up each other in the battle of whose dad is the strongest. But this isn't just a story for laughter, but also of sweetness, as the boys realize that strength isn't just about physical power, but also about love, care, and relationships that make their dads truly special. The surprise twist at the end is that their dads aren't just strong, but they love each other too, and there's no competition when it comes to love. This book isn't just about silliness and wild tales of strength. It offers a gentle lesson in empathy, showing that relationships are about connection and mutual respect. Whether used in a classroom or at home, My Dad is the Best encourages kids to celebrate the unique, loving connections they share with those they care most about. Now, I'm excited to share that Molly Beth Griffin, author of 10 Beautiful Things, returns to our list with Far, Far Away, a beautiful picture book illustrated by Bao Liu that any nature lover will enjoy. Griffin takes readers on a camping adventure with Rowan and his two mothers, where they experience the challenges and joys of being in nature. Rowan is eager to see wildlife on his first canoe camping trip, but as the journey continues, he becomes tired, grumpy, and frustrated. All the emotions we're familiar with when we travel. The long hikes, mosquito bites, and constant packing take their toll on Rowan, leaving him longing for the comforts of his home. But as night falls, his mom's show him the star-filled sky, and he's able to see the beauty of nature in a new light, making it all feel worth it. Young readers learn about social-emotional themes like perseverance, emotional regulations, and gratitude. Griffin acknowledges that trying new things can be hard and even frustrating, but also teaches that sticking with something and keeping an open mind can lead to rewarding experiences with support from his parents. Rowan learns how to process his frustration and to appreciate the moment and the beauty around him. The book's warm, inclusive portrayal of Rowan's LGBTQ family adds an additional layer of representation, showing how families come in all shapes and sizes. With its captivating storytelling and stunning illustrations, Far, Far Away invites children to slow down, observe the world around them, and appreciate the beauty in the natural world. And that wraps up We All Have Feelings. As a reminder, the giveaway question is, what is your favorite go-to book that helps readers deal with emotions? This is your last chance to respond before a random winner is chosen.
Are you guys seeing the suggestions in the chat, by the way? There are some hilarious titles I've never heard of that are automatically going on my reading list.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to go through and check them out. I love these books.
Okay. Susan Asplund, I'm sorry if I'm getting your name incorrect in the pronunciation. How are you peeling? Foods with Moods. Have to see this book.
For a pun fan, that's beautiful. It works very well for me.
Love it. I love it.
Rumpy Pants. I love it.
All right. So next up, we have our brain candy for young minds. And so the giveaway question for this is there a nonfiction topic or figure that you would like to see a book written about? We always want to hear those things. So write it on in the chat, and we'll do a reminder at the end too, just to make sure everybody's got it. So starting off, nonfiction books for kids are a powerful tool for expanding young minds and fostering a love of learning. These books engage curious readers by diving into real-world topics, providing facts, details, and insights that build knowledge and critical thinking skills. For librarians and teachers, nonfiction books serve as essential resources that support curriculum goals, promote independent inquiry, and inspire future problem solvers and innovators. And to begin this section, we are starting on a classy note here. Whose Poop Is That? Is a wonderfully engaging and educational board book that invites young readers to play a fun guessing game while learning about animals, their diets, and their scat. Written by Darren Lundy, a world-class mammologist, this book is designed to spark curiosity in animal-loving toddlers. It pairs animal tracks with scat, prompting readers to guess which animal left both behind. After turning the page, children are treated to vibrant illustrations of animals like elephants, pandas, and tortoises in their natural habitat. This new board book edition of Whose Poop Is That is perfect for younger audiences, offering a playful introduction to nonfiction and animal science. Plus, the back matter features fascinating facts about how poop benefits plants, animals, and ecosystems, making it a great resource for expanding young minds. With its interactive format, this book engages children in thinking about the connections between animals, their bodies, and the environment. It's a great addition to any classroom or library, offering a hands-on approach to early science learning in a way that's both educational and entertaining. And next up, we've got Baby Loves Meteorology. It's the latest to the popular Baby Loves Science board book series, which introduces the wonders of science to the youngest learners in a fun and accessible way. In this adorable board book, Baby decides what to wear by checking the weather. And through this simple act, little ones are introduced to the basics of meteorology. They'll learn about wind, the water cycle, precipitation, and weather prediction, all explained in age-appropriate language. Baby Loves Meteorology is perfect for early readers, parents, and caregivers who are eager to explore weather and science together. It's also a great way to spark early conversations about the environment and our planet. A fantastic addition to any library or classroom, This book will delight the fans of Baby Loves Science and is sure to be a hit with gift givers looking for thoughtful, brainy baby gifts. Plus, with accurate science reviewed by meteorology and climate experts, it's a reliable resource for introducing STEM concepts in a way that's both fun and educational. Now, we're going to continue on the Ruth Spiro journey with the third book in the How to Explain series, How to Explain Climate Science to a Grown-Up. It's a playful, empowering STEM picture book that introduces readers to the complexities of climate science while encouraging them to teach the grown-ups in their own lives. In this witty and engaging guide, children learn how to explain key concepts like the difference between weather and climate, what causes climate change, and what we can do to help repair the planet. With a fun, conspiratorial narrator and cheeky speech bubbles, this book turns science into a conversation, making it manageable and entertaining for kids. The book includes helpful diagrams, pro tips, a glossary, allowing curious kids to become climate science experts. The diverse characters and inclusive tone make this series relatable to all children, including a non-binary protagonist who uses a hearing aid. It's perfect for ages 4 to 8. How to Explain Climate Science is ideal for Earth Day promotions, and Ruth Spiro's playful voice will inspire kids to feel empowered, showcasing that anyone, no matter their gender or background, can be a scientist. Whether it's in the classroom or the library, this book will not only inform young readers about climate science, but also help them feel confident in their ability to explain it to others. And now for a captivating STEM biography that brings the fascinating world of ocean science to life through the eyes of a pioneering woman scientist. In this gripping story, Maud Delap embarks on a year-long experiment to uncover the life cycle of jellyfish, something no one had ever done before. Through her meticulous observations of the compass jellyfish in 1899 to 1900, she became one of the first scientists to trace its metamorphosis from larva to adult, laying the groundwork for the research that continues to this day. This book is perfect for any STEM curriculum, especially for readers who are ready to dive into the stories of real-life scientific trailblazers. It offers a real-world example of a determined and innovative woman scientist in a way that is understandable for elementary school students. The story also gives a unique angle on ocean science, as Maud's work with jellyfish, an animal that so many are fascinated by, will engage children and adults alike. Written by Michelle Cusolito, a renowned ocean science researcher, Jellyfish Scientist combines biography, science, and marine biology all in one, giving kids the opportunity to learn about groundbreaking scientific work, the wonder of jellyfish, and the importance of perseverance in scientific discovery. It's a must-have for classrooms and libraries that want to highlight female scientists, ocean life, and inspiring stories of discovery. It's perfect for STEM-loving kids who are eager to make their own observations and explore the science of the natural world. And last, but certainly not least, All About Patterns is a visually stunning picture book that invites children to explore the world of patterns through art, math, music, and even social-emotional learning. Written by Elizabeth Rush and illustrated by Elizabeth Goss, this book is part of the All About Noticing series. It helps young readers notice patterns all around them, from the alternating ones they see in nature, to the rhythm of their daily routines, and even to the patterns they create when they dance or make music. Through striking cut art paper and an innovative die cut feature, this picture book captures children's attention and challenges them to think critically about the world in new and exciting ways. But it's more than just a math or art exploration. All About Patterns gently guides kids to see how patterns shape not only our surroundings, but our emotions too. For example, it acknowledges how a disruption in a routine, like a new sibling, might feel chaotic, but encourages kids to see it as an opportunity to create new and beautiful patterns that can be just as comforting. Perfect for encouraging mindfulness and sparking thoughtful discussions, this book makes connections across curriculum areas, from math and art to dance and social emotional learning. It's a great option for engaging kids in activities that allow them to explore patterns in creative and meaningful ways, whether through art projects, movement, or just thoughtful conversation. This book is sure to inspire new perspectives and lasting conversations, helping children and adults like me see patterns in a whole new light. So that wraps up our brain candy portion of our preview. And just as a reminder, the giveaway question is there a nonfiction topic or figure that you'd like to see a book written about?
I think the short answer, Lindsay, is yes. And there's so many good topics in the chat here. There's a lot of stuff that I want to look up after and go, yeah, why don't we have a book on that?
I'm very excited to go through and look at these. I'm already getting ideas. I'm loving it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, and I love I just saw Martha. Thank you. Some cool covers here too. I know this list is visually just really great as well. So, all right. I'd love to handle our next section, if that's all right with you all, because we all love a happy ending and encouraging readers of all ages to keep trying, teaching kids of all levels the skill and confidence to persevere. After all, you never know when your challenge, issue, or trouble will turn into a triumphant win, a theory proven by our last set of titles. So, with that in mind, what triumph have you experienced in your classroom or library this year? Again, what triumph have you experienced in your classroom or library this year? Let us know in the chat, and we hope to celebrate with you. So, let's start off with Janie Writes a Play, which is based on the story of how the Hans Christian Andersen of American youth literature, the one and only Jane Yolen, began her storied career. It also happens to be penned by her daughter, Heidi E.Y. Stempel, who's a celebrated children's author in her very own right. Now, Janie Yolen loves to read, write, dance, and sing. So when her teacher announces Janie's elementary class will perform a play, she's thrilled. But there's just one problem. The play is boring, you guys. With the support of her teacher and classmates, Janie rewrites the play, resulting in a hit class musical. Okay, so Jane Yolen has over 400 books to her name, and I challenge you to find a reader, teacher, or librarian who does not know her or her works like Owl Moon, How Do Dinosaurs Say Goodnight, or The Devil's Arithmetic. But what makes Janie so special is we capture how this prolific author got her start as a writer, at the same age many of her fans are now. Proof that it's never too early to start your own creative process. Young, aspiring writers, readers, dancers, and singers will all feel seen and be inspired to use their imagination to its maximum potential within the pages of Janie's story, which is also perfect for anyone who needs confidence to pursue what they love to do most. And as if Jane's inspirational career and the fact that it has its start is captured by her own daughter isn't enough to gain attention for this one, Janie is also illustrated by acclaimed Chickasaw illustrator Madeline Goodnight, whose vibrant work you've seen previously on our own list with Tracy Sorrell's Powwow Day. One more fun fact for this one pub date is next week on Tuesday, and it is in fact Jane Yolen's birthday. Okay, friends, let me ask you, what happens when you do everything right, but it still doesn't work out? Well, that's exactly the question we're trying to answer with Beansprout. Written and illustrated by Sarah Lynn Rule, this is a picture book about planting and growing, where grown-ups and kids can talk about disappointment, emotions, and second chances. So it's seed planting time in Miss Green's classroom. See what we did there? One of the kids have big predictions for their mystery seed and does everything just to make sure it grows. But as all of the other seeds start to sprout, theirs, well, doesn't. What do you do next? When our kind and resilient student learns the leftover seeds will be thrown out, they start to think about second chances and enlist their classmates to help plant a beautiful garden for all to enjoy. This one's a fantastic social emotional learning book that'll inspire conversations about handling disappointment and one's own emotions, while leaving readers with an encouraging and hopeful ending. I also love that it doesn't sugarcoat the important lesson that being disappointed by an outcome outside of your control is an important one and happens a lot, And it also can be used, by the way, as a metaphor for grief and loss. I also appreciate that our teacher at the heart of the story models a positive way to talk about feelings and disappointment, and that our kid with the lackluster seeds models the use of a common classroom emotional regulation tool, the Calm Down Corner. And I still assert, by the way, that every organization should have one. Embracing the hugely popular activity of planting seeds that is both a home and garden staple. This one is primed for spring and gardening units and repeat reads. It's perfect for fans of the Magical Yeti and Lola Plants a Garden. And it's also a great option for children fascinated by plant life, growing gardens, and how nature works. Releasing in March ahead of April showers and May flowers, this one also comes complete with back matter about what is a seed, how a seed grows and how it knows when to grow, and what if your seed doesn't, well, sprout. All right, so how exactly did math work before zero existed? Our next release from celebrated nonfiction author Sarah Albee unpacks the history of a number we can't imagine our current world without, with zero, the number that almost wasn't. It turns out that zero has had quite the journey. From place value to being created and destroyed before beginning again, there were tons of complications that initially hampered its development. And this riveting nonfiction read with a playful feel unravels a complicated history in tremendous detail. In classic Sarah Albee fashion, this one includes a ton of information and sails along quickly with zero as a visual character in its own story, making it a perfect fit for fans of history, math, global cultures, or just cool inventions, as Zero's history includes all of the above. Celebrated illustrator Chris Sue's humorous persona of Zero adds to the fun in this math history combo that unravels a complicated history in tremendous detail, while managing to be funny and fact-filled without missing a beat. All right, so for middle graders, on the Charles Bridge list, I'm pleased to welcome Rebecca Cabrera of Worst Case Colin Success back to our list with the ripple effect. It's the end of 5th grade, and Zella wants to be the one who thinks of the best class prank. She is on a major quest to uphold her image as class clown and bask in that particular spotlight. But when Zella's class prank flops, the entire class is punished, and Zella's to blame. Zella's given a second chance to make things right, and it turns out that redemption, friendship, and a remarkable chain of kindness taste even sweeter than her family's famous raspberry ripple ice cream. This is a solid choice for fans of the Terrible 2 series, as well as Catherine Applegate's Wish Tree. It's a perfect book club pick and an excellent classroom read aloud, complete with topics for students and educators to discuss and debate, covering themes of second chances, respecting school rules, and the power of connection. Rebecca herself is certainly an author to watch on the middle grade scene, who flawlessly conveys a relatable, contemporary story with consumable prose that deftly handles themes like friendship and learning who you are, all while navigating just how hard it is to be 12. And last but certainly not least for my roundup is the newest release from our Charles Bridge Moves imprint, Werewolf Hamlet. Okay, dear readers, I ask you, what more could you ask for in a middle grade novel? We've got humor, we've got heart, and we've got Shakespeare, all framing 10-year-old theater-loving Angus's current reality. Angus admittedly has a lot on his plate. Mom and Dad are going to default on their mortgage, and his older sister Hannah is fed up and ready to move herself to Maine, while his little sister Sydney doesn't really get what's happening and keeps wondering about the 4 closers, not the foreclosures, that are going to show up. But the biggest crisis in Angus's Hamlet quoting existence is his 17-year-old brother Liam and his relationship with alcohol. Liam's like a werewolf now. Angus never knows if he'll be nice or mean, or when he'll sneak out to get drunk or worse. Where did the big brother he loves go? When Liam doesn't come home at all, Angus decides it's his job to find him, along with the help of his 2 closest friends, right through the heart of LA and Hollywood history. Offering up a quick read of a novel that is a safe conversation starter full of earned emotions, Werewolf Hamlet pulls readers emotionally close to its characters and refuses to shy away from emotional reactions, thanks in large part to author Carrie McManus's own experience with her son's addiction. In her moving author's note, she explains, quote, "I write books for kids. My kids have been my editors and my inspirations. We did everything together as a family. We had an art table for them, dress-up boxes, and a garden. We attended all their plays, concerts, and sporting events. We really tried to do it right. So how can I have a kid who's an addict? The director she expressed this to responded with something like, quote, "What the heck does that have to do with anything? Write the book for the kids who need it. There are so many kids who need a book that details with this stuff and deals with it, so they know they're not alone. Write that story and include what you've been through as a family." Werewolf Hamlet is that book. This one is great for fans of books that handle difficult subjects and family dynamics in a sensitive way. And think titles like Better Late Than Ever and Rule of Threes. It also fits our Charles Bridge Moves imprint's mission of offering books for reluctant readers by combining humor, characters you want to root for, and a text that offers things like imagined scenes, interstitial discussions between the main character and his older brother, and an assortment of text treatments so that middle graders are not just simply staring at dense pages and have a lot of interesting breaks in the main text as they root for Angus. All right, friends. On that note, one last time on the giveaway question. What triumph have you experienced in your classroom or library this year? Again, what triumph have you experienced in your classroom or library this year? Let us know in the chat.
There are some great answers in this chat, by the way. It's really awesome to see so many goals and so many wonderful notes from people. Oh my gosh.
I think the real MVP here are you guys, the teachers,
Yeah,
librarians.
definitely.
You guys are amazing, and we love you all.
Mhm.
It definitely warms my heart to see all of these triumphs. So can't ask for anything more.
All right. So we're so thrilled you were able to join us for the preview of the Spring 2025 Charles Bridge list. Thank you so much for participating in the chat and giveaways. We'll be providing a recording after this event. If you are a giveaway winner and haven't heard from us in 24 hours, please email us at trademarketing@charlesbridge.com. Thank you all again. Our team here is always excited to bring new, fun, and informative books to your shelves.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much, friends. We hope everybody has a warmer day than we're having in Boston today.
Oh, yes.
Stay warm and stay safe.
Mhm.